So here we are. Last we talked, the driveway was coming in. Most of it's in now. We still got probably 10 yards of crushed concrete that can go in later to kind of fix it up a little after cement trucks and stuff come in. So we were working on digging the footings. Footings are dug now, but we had a little bit of rain. They are full. As you can see, we've got our generator and pump there, pumping that water out, turning down the hill. I've got some silt fence along the driveway here, so hopefully it's not just gonna wash out my whole driveway. It's water. We got real sticky clay soil here, so that water just wants to sit up here. Fortunately, we've got the correct grade up here, so all our water's running down away from the house. The silt fence a little damaged by the corner here. We had somebody drive over a couple of our stakes. So we've got a little bit of silt in here, but not bad. But I'm hoping that our fence isn't too damaged. I need to try to fix it while I'm down here. Anyway, that's what's going on. Thanks for watching. So we've been running this pump for a little over an hour. Trusty Predator generator. If you're looking to get one of these, can't recommend them enough. Got our little pump in the bucket. We're down maybe 2 or 3 inches there, you can see. I was running the water down this way, but there's not enough vegetation, and our silt fence is a little damaged down there, so didn't want our driveway to wash out anymore. So I've been running it this way. Just running through the grass and stuff down into the drive, so it's dispersing a little better. But man, still just a ton of water in there. You can see it's down a couple inches, but long ways to go. All right, we've got footings. Well, most of the footings. You can see there's a little spot they ran shy there, but for the most part, the footings are in. We were a little concerned about the water, but the guys came out today, scraped a little crust off the top and laid them down. I am so pumped to have actual concrete poured on my property. Whew. Still got to pick up all this junk that I left out. Our friends, the geese, are over there. I don't know if you can see them. They've gotten very bold. I have to dissuade them of that at some point, but they were able to get the concrete truck all the way around, which is really nice because that means we didn't get an extra charge for a pump truck. So kind of pumped about that. Yeah. Anyway, here we are. Picked up my concrete stakes. I actually just came out back here because I posted the permit sign with some help from the boys and my brother John and Hunter. And now I need to run up to the road. I've got a little piece of plywood I'm going to paint up for the address, just so some contractors that aren't maybe 100% familiar with this place can find it, including the inspector when he comes to do the wall inspection. The wall guys left their trailer here with all the forms, so I'm guessing they're coming out tomorrow morning. I never actually talked to them because they were here while I was at work and gone by the time I got back. But anyway, that's all for now, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Hello. We've got walls. So last we talked, the footings had just been poured. The walls, I don't think were formed yet. So they formed them the next day after they did the walls, or after they did the footings. They formed the walls the next day after the footings. So they basically had to let the footings dry, and they could put the wall forms on top. And then they poured them yesterday, and then came out today around noon and stripped them. So we got all the forms off. I just came out here tonight because I needed to put foam board on the inside of the walls. So it's this 2-inch R20 foam, or R10 foam. Basically, I just attached it all around this inside wall. Code says 24 inches down. I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to attach it. I didn't do any research at all, but I did notice that these little tabs that you normally bust off that are for the forms, you can just kind of shove the foam right on there. Seems pretty slick. And I just went through, taped all the corners good, just to keep it hopefully from flying off. But got a wall inspection tomorrow. Then after the walls are inspected, Friday morning, or Friday at some point, we're planning to backfill. Kind of been debating because I think we were going to get a track machine here originally because we kind of want to fix the driveway up. It kind of took a beating with all the cement trucks, but at the same time, the driveway is going to get beat up a little too, and kind of tempted to get maybe a couple of, my dad has a wheeled skid steer and so does brother-in-law Zach, and I've got my tractor. I mean, we can move a little sand with those. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at. This weekend, I had kind of thought we might start plumbing, but I think we're going to hold off a little bit because trying to make a determination on whether or not we're going to do in-floor heat. We originally weren't going to do it, mostly because of cost, but after talking to some people, it seems like it's probably worth it to at least put the PEX in. And I've actually talked to our loan guy. When you get a construction loan, your specs are like, you know, vinyl siding, 2 stories, whatever your specs are. You have to kind of stick to that. And what we've been toying with is maybe just nixing the forced air furnace altogether and doing in-floor heat and then maybe split units for air conditioning, but probably for now just doing the in-floor heat. Again, mostly just because of cost. I mean, as it stands, we could afford it, but I'm kind of trying to hang on to some of our cash reserves so that if we go over on some other things, we're not kind of hosed. So anyway, what I'm trying to decide is if we're for sure going to do that. I think we are going to for sure put the PEX on the floor, whether we even hook it up right now or not. Like, we'll probably for sure put it in. But what that does is you've got to insulate the floor then. So you've got like your typical vapor barrier, 2 inches of foam, your wire mesh, and your PEX. And your PEX attaches to that wire mesh. So you're going to kind of end up with like a certain amount of extra thickness. So it's going to change our grade. So like inside here, right now we got to bring this way up with sand. That's what all those sand piles are for. But we got to kind of say, yep, we're for sure going to do that, and then make that decision. But right now, it should be fine. I think we're probably just going to do it. I talked to my good buddy Blake. He's a plumber, and he's going to help us out with plumbing underground, because that's a little out of my depth. I've never done much of plumbing. I mean, I can cut pipe and use a saw, but I would be a little nervous. So he's got Monday off to move some cows, and he's planning to come here, I think around 2, he said. So I'll probably take that day off, or half of it. I'll get the parts, get everything prepped, and then my other brother-in-law, Matt, is planning to come out. He's a former plumber, he's an estimator now, but anyway, he's gonna come out. Probably my dad, probably John and Sam, my brothers, and my dad, maybe my other brothers. My brother Joe, his wife's actually overdue, so I'm not sure he'll be here. But anyway, we're gonna get some people over here, get some plumbing in, baby, and then once that's in, we're graded. Obviously, I have to get the electrical underground in. Not too much to do there. Then we're gonna try to pour some concrete. Whew, it's coming fast. I'm excited. Look at that. Walls up. It's gonna be sweet. I also just installed some cameras. I actually have one in my truck because I only installed one of them. Gotta find a good spot to put the second one, but hang on, this is kind of cool to see. So this right here, little antenna, is the Tacticam Reveal Pro. So it's got a cool little LCD screen here. See if I can turn this thing on without hurting myself. I don't know if you can see that or not, but little screen turns on, kind of shows you what your camera's seeing, and then you can run through all the settings and stuff on there, which is nice. It has an SD card, but it also transmits them wirelessly via this little antenna. It's on the Verizon, just like my cell phone. So I have it set up right now. I've got one in the entry, right on a telephone pole or power line pole. And basically my intent is that if somebody pulls in here, I'll get a emailed or a text, whatever, get a photo almost immediately of the person that's here. So that's kind of gonna let me know if maybe an inspector's here or a contractor stopped out, but mainly it's gonna let me know if, you know, somebody's trying to get into my tool trailer or anything like that. We kind of want to know if somebody's snooping around, and people do come back here. I know some friends and whoever else swing by on their side by side. I'm sure we get some curious neighbors too, but it's just nice from like a security standpoint to have some idea of what's going on around here. So anyway, that's about it. I'm just gonna pack up some tools and get the rock on out of here, go home, see my wife and kids. So yeah, stay free, America.